The following Let's Play has been rated for mature audiences only. Any attempts to break the game are for entertainment value only. However, if any typos happen to be found... Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game. When we last left off, I was trying to make a little bit of a decision. Do I stay with being an archaeologist, or do I try my hand at being an artist? The difference is that becoming an archaeologist is going to involve going out into the world and fighting monsters, and being an artist is just something new to try. And after some deliberation, I have decided to go ahead and be an artist. Now, some of you might be a little disappointed because this means we're still going to be in town just talking to people when I could go out and do some battles, but here's the thing, I'm a bit of a pacifist. Or a pacifist, however you pronounce it. I'm sure I'm pretty close. Not that being a pacifist is going to actually affect anything in game other than eventually in order to finish certain quests I'm going to have to go out there, but for now I'd rather just not do that. Plus, I can't remember if I mentioned this, but once you complete a profession, you immediately grow up, and I'd rather not grow up just yet. I'm one of those kids who is in no hurry to grow up. Now, I am taking a bit of a risk here. O'Bright told me that... Well, you remember how at the beginning of the game, during the first hour, I was a little girl and then I became a teenager? Even though it's implied that I'm the same character, I'm technically somebody completely different. And I wound up with a different inventory and stuff. Now, there is another level of this. Eventually, I'm going to grow up from a teenager to being an adult, as I was sort of implying earlier with the whole I don't want to grow up thing. The problem with that is O'Brien has told me that the moment I finish a profession, I grow up, which means that this inventory that I have will be immediately gone, and it will be replaced with the inventory of my newer self. Which means that if I happen to get an inventory item as a reward for finishing a quest, I'm not actually going to be able to keep it, which is a real problem. O'Brien has told me that there was no way he could fix that. It's because of the limitations of RG Maker 3's memory that prevented him from implementing some way to prevent that from happening. Now, O'Brien has told me that the sooner I finish a profession, the less likely I'll get a good item to lose. So that's why I'm saying that becoming an artist is a risk. By becoming an artist, I'm more likely to get a really good item upon completing a profession. Now, I have a couple of workarounds in mind, possibly a couple that might have even worked for O'Brien. But I'm just going to keep those in mind for now because I don't know exactly how this is going to work, so maybe one of my ideas won't actually work. Anyway, let's talk to this guy and get a job. Oh, and a flirt. Is something wrong? Did I miss something? I was told that flirting doesn't actually do anything until you become a romantic. Which means I should probably... never mind. There's somebody else that I wanted to flirt with. Somebody told me, hey, you should flirt with this guy, and I'll do that in a bit. Let's see here. Let's do a quest. Well, let's start you off with a small project so that I can see how you do. As you can see, I never finished the last statue along the entrance of town. I got burned out at the first 9, and never could bring myself to work on that one. So, in essence, I'd like for you to finish that statue completely so that it looks like all the others. I could pay you 200 gold for your work. Interesting. By the way, how was all your holidays? Mine sucked. I didn't get any presents I wanted because I didn't ask for any presents and I had a cold. Moving on. That's great. Let me know as soon as you're done for your reward. Oh, and you'll need these. They are a set of artist tools. It's only a beginner set, but you're only a beginner. They should be fine for what you need to do. I'll give you some pointers on stone carving just to get you started. Good luck. The basic artist tools. Of course, I found in a treasure chest the good art tools. So, I really have to wonder, since I have the good art tools, will that mean that something better happens than if I just use the basic art tools? I mean, I would assume so, but is there like some sort of trigger that would allow me to use the good art tools? Let's choose quest again and see if he gives me advice. Don't give up on the statue. I know it seems like a big first assignment, but you'll have the other statues there to use as a guide. I know you can do it. Alright, so I'm pretty much left to figure this out on my own. Unless he has an info option. Does he have an info option? No, it was chat, flirt. The other is, I can't remember specifically what the third option was. It has something to do with another profession. Music. Yeah, that's right. Play music. I don't have any intention of playing music for a while. Alright, so let's take a good look at these statues. Knowing RPG Maker 3's limitations, I'm probably not going to actually be able to interact with this stone in a way that I actually chip away at it. But there's probably going to be some puzzle involved where I'm going to have to like memorize the features of these characters here. So he's wearing a skirt and a belt, helmet with wings it looks like. Oh gosh darn it. A shield. A shield with writing on it. And he's not wearing any shoes. At least it doesn't look like he's wearing shoes. A broken sword. No, I'm gonna say no shoes. He's also not wearing a shirt. Shield in his left hand, broken sword in his right hand. Alright, let's give this a shot. Will you carve this rock? Excuse me a sec, I'll be right back. Really? That's all it took? Really? What? There's like not gonna be like a decision branch where you choose what you want to do? Really? Alright, that was easy. So, what's next? My gosh, RPG Maker 3's limitations. Can you imagine how much better this game could have been had O'Bright not had to deal with memory limitations? Hooray! You did a great job for your first assignment. You got that right. As promised, here's your reward. 200 gold. Yay! I actually have money finally. What can I do with that money? Actually, I could buy stuff for fighting. But I don't really feel like fighting. Let's just go ahead and try to take a look at the next artist quest. Your next assignment might be a bit trickier. You see, we have quite a few portrait commissions, and you need to build up your portfolio if you want to be a full-fledged member of the guild someday. So what you need to do is track down all 5 of those people who would like portraits done and make one for them. You can pick what order you'd like to do them in. Your part for this commission will be 500 gold. Your reward for this commission? I mean, I'm sure that's legitimate English, but I've never heard it phrased like that. Your part for this commission. Whatever. So are you ready to build your portfolio? Yes. You have a spotless record of not letting me down. I have a spotless record of not letting you down. I've only done one thing, and that was choose yes. I have a feeling you're going to ace this one. Any special information on that? It doesn't seem like you have helped anyone here in town yet. Are you having trouble finding people who need portraits done? No. I'm just going to leave that option on for when I get back. I'm curious if it's going to trigger the same message I just got, or if it'll recognize that I finished some stuff. Actually, he seems to pay a little bit of attention to how many people I have done portraits for, so after this first person, I'm going to check back with him. For now, I'm going to see if I can open this chest. Nope. Now, way back in earlier in this adventure of sorts, adventure of life, I talked to this person and got the cooking quest, and she had an option for painting a portrait. Now I know how to use that. Hooray! People like saying that. I thought you'd never get to me. I need a good portrait for my new cookbook. Make me look young, okay? You begin to sketch Xenia. Oh, nice. That's actually a really nice touch, having this. Actually, I'm impressed. This is okay. You've seen RPG Maker's storyteller mode before plenty of times throughout my various RPG Maker 3 games that I've been playing. And especially like at the beginning of this game. Well, among the backgrounds that you can choose, you have backgrounds like this one, where it's like, why would you actually use this background aside from a joke? And O'Brien has actually used this background as a legitimate way to have this sort of background. I'm impressed. Why, it's beautiful! You've managed to capture my mood right at this moment. Thank you. Oh, I'm still using the basic drawing tools. So, at what point do I start using the good art tools? Oh wait, this person has a flirt option. You poor thing, you must be starving. Look, your lips are pouty and it looks like you can barely keep your eyes open. Just let me give you some bread or something, please. You know what would be funny? If she actually did give me some bread or something. Anyway, that's one person down, 4 more to go. Next time we're going to paint the rest of the people here. I'll see you then.